Welcome back, True Seeker.
I did also have somebody post under the comments. I kept trying to on your video earlier today of the shooting, I kept trying to reply to CJ. Hopefully CJ's watching. He thinks I'm a fake person, fake account, because I only have 1 subscriber on YouTube. Just to show you I'm a real person. I really live in Sacramento. I tried posting my Instagram on there, but YouTube keeps deleting my comment every time I try and prove to him I'm a real person. So
It's so annoying how many comments they delete now. They get rid of that's why all my videos hardly have any comments, because they're just like, it's like if somebody leaves a helpful comment, there's a very high chance it's going to get deleted. People are leaving comments that somebody left a comment. I deleted the fucking comment.
All right, and also for the people who have wrenches in this channel, when mods are when people are spamming bullshit, will you guys block them? I mean, there's a fucking idiot just spamming the whole night. No one blocked him. I didn't notice because I wasn't looking at the chat, but I noticed this morning and I was like, why didn't a mod do something about that? Again, block the fucking trolls or I'll take all your wrenches. So anyway.
For those of you who don't know, if you bet on an over-under, it's a straight bet. You bet 100, you win 100. On a cover, if you bet 100, you win 70. So it's not a real exciting kind of bet, but...
See, these two, man. Come on, man. You know why they're laughing at me. Come on, man. Because they...
I don't know where these trolls are coming from. They're idiots and they're dumb, and don't even pay them no mind, because it's taken away from the real ones that need you, and you're not.
I hear that. It doesn't. I mean, I still got to work hard, but it's just like I'm trying to get these trolls to actually join the community and help out. I mean, look at the one thing that sucks about my Patreon page. Here's what really sucks about my Patreon page. We can't even use the fucking page to communicate because the trolls are literally posting like 1,000 comments a day, talking shit all day to make sure nobody can have any successful communication. I want people out there to think about that I have 1,000 comments a day on my Patreon page from trolls, so we can't even talk about anything. Again, I don't know anybody in the community that didn't do well. I've been overwhelmed with text messages and emails and huge slips, and I just find it funny. I got a troll cutting up a video of the things that I got wrong and making it look like I had a bad March Madness. This is like, dude, that is so deceptive to try and convince people that I did a bad job for March Madness. People got paid. And again, for the guy out there that goes by Sports Gematria, literally come on the show, put your face on the screen and explain why you do what you do. You've been trolling me for over 7 years. That's a long time to ride a man's dick. 7 years every single day. That's some straight up homo shit. And you're the most sorry ass motherfucker I've ever seen, calling me a liar and a con man. You're the con man. Come on here, you coward. You guys, I'm going to get rid of Sports Gematria because I realized officially that he is a troll. And anyway, he's been helpful in the past, but he made no mistake about it the other day that he's definitely here to troll. And he is just kind of like a negative person, always fighting with people in the chat. So he's a cancer to the community. And good luck to you, Sports Gematria. So anyway, he's gone. Well, nobody wants to come on with me tonight. That's too bad. I'm always so lonely on here. I know the trolls are all sitting there. I know who's recording the video right now. He can't wait to snip it and upload a video. Oh, Zach lied. It's just like, dude, you're manipulating shit to make it look like I lied. You are a scumbag. Meanwhile, people's pockets are getting fat in reality land.
Okay, yeah, Zach, that's the other thing too. You ran about this recently, and then there's a guy in the community. I know that you know who he is, who like spends a lot of time making videos about you, paint you in a negative light. And one of the things he did in a recent video of his was he took that video grab of you last year talking about your negative experience in Seattle, trying to wake people up, and then the nasty lady like gave you the the Bill Gates is a hero thing, and you talked about the N-word and all this, and then you made the comment about how meanwhile people on her continent are getting vaccinated. And I know you were, and I remember the video. I know you say vaccinated on the 106th day of the year,
Right.
which really did happen. But what this guy, what happened in this clip was, people in her continent are getting vaccinated, and then they cut it off and went straight to the vaccine statistics, which show a lot of black people haven't gotten it. I'm like, how fucking deceptive
Well,
is that?
he's a total agent. And I still remember another person that gave me some shit, which I got to admit, man, all of us have a racist side in us. As much as I love black people and try to help out black people, man, when I get an ignorant black person that goes off on me, I'll tell you what, there must be something in my programming too, because I am always on the verge of that word.
He always on the verge.
This fat, nasty black woman that walked by
Fat,
that thing,
nasty
had all
black.
this shit to say. What a stupid ass bitch is all I gotta say. While her people from her continent are getting vaccinated.
People from her continent are getting vaccinated.
On the 106th day by the numbers. I still remember that fat, ugly bitch. So I'm just keeping it real, you guys.
Keeping it real.
I'm not a racist guy, but I'm like everybody else. I've been programmed with...
You like everybody else that says I'm not fucking racist. You said I've been programmed. Yeah, you using that as an excuse to be racist now.
I didn't call her the N-word, but I'm telling you, man, it was on the tip of my tongue. And that's the programming in all of us, man. It's in all of us.
Goofy motherfucker.
It's in all of us.
No, it's
That's
not,
why when I
nigga.
get mean, I say mean words. I know that's the word that cuts with some people. I mean, he's been trolling for 7 years straight every single day. I mean, think about that. Who's going to troll a man every day for 7 years?
There are people.
He must be
That
getting
guy's
paid.
literally download, but he here's the thing I'll tell you that creeps me out about that guy. Here's the reason I really think that guy's a Fed. There was a day where I got Sweet Lady a nice gift, and he started spamming that I spent a bunch of money on Sweet Lady, and I thought, how the fuck does he know that I got her something nice today?
What?
That's how
Yeah,
creepy
that's
it is.
a
That's
red
guys.
flag,
That's
for
why I'm
sure.
pretty sure he's a federal agent.
Wow.
Somehow he's got like access to my
Man,
credit
creep.
card information.
You're fucking crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And I noticed like all of his troll comments on Patreon too. Like there's a lot of troll comments that get a lot of likes, especially after you have a bad day, Zach. But like this, there'll be like no more than 4 per comment, and then all of a sudden his troll comment has 11 likes or something like that. It's like,
Yeah,
Right,
there's
right.
something.
All the time you see that.
and I sometimes another thing I wonder too is this guy? I think Sports Gematria might be more than one person. Because think about it, he never puts his face on the screen, so you never know who he is. And could it be more than one person too? Because he remembers a lot of information, especially like.
Could it be the CIA login for just who's ever on duty at the CIA? I mean,
and they have notes too, like
they know that guy knows everything. He knows everyone in the community. They remember everything. Like he remembers my own stuff better than I remember my own stuff. And I guarantee you he has.
That's
I
creepy.
guarantee you he has more of my videos backed up than I have backed up in my own videos.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Yeah, but no, that guy's like,
That's why he's just dishonest. Like, there's a week where we'll go 10-5, and he'll show the 5 things that we got wrong and made it look like we went 0-5 for the day. I mean, it's just total scumbag.
Who is this? Who is this? Is this on YouTube or Patreon?
I mean, we don't even talk about. He's pretty much a federal agent, is what he is. I know that he has all sorts of information that's just like, how does he possibly have this information?
well, he
Straight punk.
he's on
Coward.
Patreon and YouTube, Rich. But
He's watching right now. Hey, little bitch, why don't you call into the show and explain who you are? He'll
They
probably
won't.
put in his next video.
They won't.
Yeah,
Crickets.
exactly. Exactly. And again, it's just so I mean, he does a good job of like chopping up everything that's wrong and making it look awful, but it's totally dishonest. And then it's just annoying though that, and I mean, what's amazing is the channel has like, it's grown to 400 subscribers, but you look at
Wait,
what's
I'm
amazing
still
is
in,
that
but, like,
channel will
volume's
have
out.
like
Hold
500
on.
comments under a video, and my videos will have like 20 comments these days because YouTube's scrubbing all the good comments. But hey, is weed legal in Oklahoma?
Yes, but you got to have their little card.
Oh, come on.
So don't worry. I got
Good question.
people there I can get some from. I think we'll be all right in that department.
Sports
Hope
Gematria is
so,
gonna have
man.
the feds on us.
I'm gonna roll as many as I can.
Indeed.
So
But yeah, about that troll that we've been talking about, you know, I was just talking in the Patreon comment section. This was a few months ago, and he wanted me to ask you a question, and I think you've explained it already, but he wanted me to ask you about like your thing with the, I don't know, was it 10,000 or 30,000?
Right, and I've already addressed all that. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why that guy's annoying. He watches everything. He just bringing up shit. I mean, so yeah, he's just a punk.
Yeah.
And again, it's like I said, you know, I did say at one point that when the Patreon gets to 10,000, I'll hire an employee.
So you're lying.
And I was going to do that, and I started. We were in the process, and the person just didn't show me enough initiative. And
No excuses. I repeat, no excuses.
I don't want to talk about it too much because that person's still a great contributor to the community, and it started to make me feel bad because when I announced that I was going to hire somebody, about 10 people reached out and said, "Hey, is it me?" And I was like, "Man, these people are all great contestants, and it seems like they want it more than he does." But then I also had Sweet Lady in my ear. She's like, "Zach, you better save up some more money in case they cut off your Patreon, because then what are you going to do? Just have to fire them right away? And then what? They quit their job to work for you, and now you don't have any money to pay them?" And I said, "Yeah, you're making some good points." So
Excuses. That's all I hear.
again, my strategy is when we finally, again, I mean, people should see that every day I'm here working at the cause. And when there are enough resources, again, I intend to do everything we've ever talked about, hire a team of people. But again, money is coming in, but again, it hasn't come in the way that I'd like to. Between the 2 books I have out there, I've probably made just over 50,000 over the course of since what? March of 2018 from the 2 books I've written. And I mean, look at the books I've written. They're good books. This is a great book. It should have sold way more than it did. This book.
Well, yeah, and a large percentage
the
of
thing
those.
is, you know, from $50,000 from these 2 books that I made, if I want to pay somebody $50,000 a year as an employee, that's not enough resources. And I know the asshole keeps saying that I'm making so much a month on Patreon. He's talking out of his ass. I'm not making that much money. I mean, he's just spreading all this false information while saying that I'm the liar. It's just so fucking annoying. But
Well, I noticed that a lot of people like to cancel their Patreon subscriptions at the end of the month.
right,
Like
that's the other thing. That's the other big gimmick. So I mean, it's just, you know.
Right. So like people have the $5 pledge or whatever, and then they'll remove it on the 30th or the 31st, and then
Right.
go through, and then they'll just renew it. Like so really, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, if you have 6,000 plus patrons, and then, you know, by the on the 31st and the first of the month, they'll have like 5,400, and that drops down whatever the revenue should have been.
And again, the day there is enough resources, when I feel like there's enough resources there to be like, okay, we have money in the bank in case they do shut us down on Patreon, and we'll figure out some other way to raise revenue. It's going to happen. But the one fear I have is that we're further in the game than I want to be, and Schitt's Creek is just around the corner, and we're not going to achieve the goal. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't say that was my fault. I mean, I've worked my ass off every single day for going on 9 years now, and told people, like, can you just pledge $1 a month? I don't know, where are the million people in this world that don't find this work to be worth $1 a month? I just don't get it. I really do think, like, he has a problem with me saying that I think there should be 1 million people pledging $1 a month.
$1 million.
Well, don't you think we should maybe ask for more than $1 million? $1 million isn't exactly a lot of money these days.
You know what? Let me up it. I think there should be billions of people pledging $1 a month to what I've been trying to accomplish in this world.
$100 billion.
Because who am I advocating for? I'm advocating for the people of the world that are getting fucked over by these tyrants. We need resources to fight what's upon us.
And he needs money. He always needs money.
I make the same point. Don't upgrade your fry and drink one time this month at the fast food, and you'll have that $1 to pledge to the cause. I mean, do you really need extra salt and sugar and grease? I mean, is the truth not worth $1 a month? And that apparently falls on deaf ears. Either that, or, I mean, the thing is, I have been up to about 6,000 Patreons now for more than a year, but it's plateaued, and it doesn't need to be more than that. I mean, I'm grateful for the ones I have. I'd be really hurt if I found out that Patreon all this time was scamming me and plateaued the number, and maybe there is more supporters there than I know, and they're still in the money. I mean, I hope that's not the case. It's hard to know because it's a third-party platform. I also wondered the same thing about my book. I made a lot of money from this book the first 2 months, and I thought it was maybe going to hit my goals. And then since the first 2 months, I mean, there was 1 month I get paid $2 per copy for every sale. There was 1 month Amazon, my payment was $4. That means I sold 2 copies for the whole month. I have trouble believing that. But for ever since the first 2 months, the average payment's been about $200. So I'm selling about 100 copies a month. And again, that's not enough to raise a movement. So I mean, that's the reality.
I've been making excuses all my life.
That's why it's like to be going against me. It's like to be like attacking me for the revenue coming in. I mean, my revenue is being super suppressed by all the censorship, and this guy's acting like it's just like this guy's got to be a Fed, man. And like I said, I mean, he started spamming everywhere. The day that I got the sweet lady, the nicest thing I ever got her, somehow he knew about it because he was spamming all over that day that I spent a lot of money on sweet lady.
Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
And, I mean, she, again, sweet lady's very modest. We eat almost all of our meals at home. I mean, we don't live lavishly, but the one day I got her a nice thing, somehow he knew about it. And it's like, this guy got to be a Fed. So.
Yeah, that I did not know that. I did not know that at all.
Yeah, I don't even like to talk about it that much because it's creepy. I mean, it's fucking creepy. So
no, I don't blame you for that, but still, I mean, that puts things in a whole new perspective for me. I've been debating before, like, is this guy more than one person? Because they know a lot of information, like he was like stuff that I don't even know, and I've been around so long, like something about Gematria Club and Maestro 2X or whatever. I'm like, whatever the hell all that is, I don't know. But
well, see, that was the thing. That guy he's one of the founders of Gematria Club, which is a total fraud. But he was when he first started hanging around, he was just like, "Oh, you got to go into business with me. We can make so much money with this." And again, I mean, Ben, did I have anything for sale when you first came to my channel? Was there any Patreon or any of this?
No.
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 And he was trying to get me to do the money thing back then. So that's the other thing about this guy. He was trying to get me to turn this into a money profit thing, and I didn't want to, because I wanted people to see the work as legitimate, and it wasn't about, you know, selling shit. And the only reason it ever changed is because I went fucking broke. I mean, I didn't have any money saved anymore. I had to make some kind of income. And so that's the other funny thing about this guy. He's attacking me for having revenue come in when he was the one that wanted to go into business with me. And the reason I didn't want to go into business with him is because every decode he did was about the Packers and how the Packers are going to win every last game. And it just seemed like he was some biased Packer fan, or maybe it was Carolina Panthers, but whatever team it was. So yeah, just the guy's been at first he wasn't a troll. He was this person trying to get me to go into business.
There's just enough bullshit to hold things together.
But then ever since then, he's been a nonstop troll. So, and then ultimately, what is he really? I mean, somehow he knows, somehow, unless he's like some super hacker too, and he knows how to get into people's credit cards and know when they spend something, but
Fairy tales.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And who knows? Maybe that was the plan all along. I mean, you've had people come along that, you know, you thought were, you know, you were trying to be friendly with you, and then they end up scamming you out, whether that's running up your credit card on lunch that they took you out to, or
Sure.
or whatever.
And notice he's in the comment section of that every one of those guys' videos. That same guy that I took out to lunch 2 times, who ran up the bill in a huge way the second time, and now he's always in the comments talking shit. It's like, who are these people? Like, yeah, that's just frustrating. And the Kathy woman, she's in this comments. But yeah, there's just so many people that hang, and ultimately I get why. It's like, we are exposing serious shit. We're exposing the federal government, major agendas. We're helping people take money from casinos.
Bullshit.
We're doing all the things that the powers that shouldn't be don't want done. So I understand why there's an operation to constantly fuck with me and have agents come out and hang around. And I mean, like, it's just like the biggest mistake I ever made was trusting the 2 guys to build the All for Truth website, who totally turned it around and fucked, you know, I mean, trashed the website and essentially stole the money and made me look, and I mean, I made myself look bad, I guess, by trusting him and not doing better vetting. But I mean, it seemed legitimate, but
gentleman who reached out and said they wanted to help with the mission and build the website and help me create the platform that I envisioned in October 2016. You know, they built the website at a very efficient price, and every time they've asked for more money for upgrades, they've sent over invoices and receipts for what the work would be, and that money's always been provided.
So we'll talk about that for a second. You see how he uses words like every time they've needed money for the website, and that money's always been provided. It's very deceiving. It's deceptive language if you know the truth, if you're privy to the facts. And the facts are 2 payments. 2 payments came from Zachary to me, Aaron, to fund All for Truth. with donation money that he said would be going towards All for Truth.
And, you know, I'm patient. About 6 weeks ago, another request was made for another lump sum of $1,500.
And we have to be clear. Do you hear the language? He knows exactly how much was sent over. It's posted in All for Truth on the forums, exactly how much was sent over. So when he says another request was done, he's still talking about one of two payments. You have to know this. You have to understand this. So 2 payments. One for $987.92 was the first one on November 20th. The second was January 18th, $1,409.59. So we see that.
And we were supposed to be on the same team, and all of a sudden, you come out and want to start deleting other people's accounts. Two or three different people's accounts. You want to delete it within a few day period, and when you didn't get your way, you threw a damn temper tantrum. You know, apparently, I guess Zachary K. Hubbard has no part in All for Truth anymore, even though he didn't have much of a part in it to begin with, other than sending over a little bit of money and then pocketing the rest from the fundraiser. So, you know, I guess when you do fundraisers nowadays on YouTube, you use, you know, 10% of what you say. You know, you're gonna, you know, you use 10% of what you collect, and then the rest of it, I guess you just put it in your pocket or whatever the fuck you do with it. So anyway.
It's just annoying that, and I mean, you learn from your mistakes, but there's so many people who've acted like they were friends who ultimately were only here to do damage, and it's just, it makes it hard to know who to trust. So
Yeah, it does. Whatever, man. I don't even know. I try not to get caught up in drama, but it does happen a lot, and that troll seems to know every last detail of it. Like, you know, like the Star Wars people know every last detail about Star Wars, including the stuff that's on like the wiki pages that isn't even in the movies. It's like, why? Like
indeed,
he just knows it, and then they can just, you know,
it's because there's literally an operation like watching this work, watching this community, and they're taking notes. I mean, it's a creepy thing to think about, but that's what's going on.
You know, insect repellents people lather themselves with. And then you can protect your head from the sun so you don't get...
See how fast I did that? Folks, I'm an expert. Every day when I leave work, I do this.
No, I mean, they're probably watching right now, and they're probably going to take snippets of our conversation right now and somehow dice it into something that it's not, you know? It's just like they do. They managed to do it with a whole bunch of stuff. It's like that, the whole vaccine thing with the, you know, the black people getting vaccinated. I know what you were talking about. You were talking about when the coronavirus trial started on June 24th, 2020,
right
on the 6th day of the pandemic, and this guy goes cuts that off and then takes statistics that, you know, from the CDC, I think, that if they're even real, they weren't even possible when you made those comments. And not to mention, I mean, like, they are actually people from Africa, not African Americans.
Right. The guy's just I mean, the guy's just a manipulator, and it's like a political thing, right? Like taking snips and doing something dishonest and trying to make them look bad. I mean, it's essentially what it is. So.
I know, and now he's got, like, in his recent videos, he's got like the graphics too. Like one of his most recent videos was, you know, Zach admits he has enough people to start a movement, and it's like a video of, like, you know, your face jumping into like a sewage full of gold and like swimming around. It's It's like,
Yeah,
who the
it's
hell
like,
has time? Like
yeah.
to download all these videos and clip all these things together, it takes long enough. Like that alone is a full-time job. Then to have all these graphics on top, kind of reminds me of a call for an uprising. And I'm
And
pretty
again,
sure.
and who's that guy really? And I got another guy who's never showed his face, who's tried to undermine the work, and we all remember what happened. Him and Jeff C tried to debate me, and again, he retired the next day for 2 months, and then he comes back 2 months later, and he's created an hour-long video about me, putting out my address and all this information, and just making up a whole load of shit. And yeah, again, another guy that claims to be a Christian. It's again, just realize the forces that are working against me. Google as a platform works very hard against me, censoring me left and right. I mean, this channel, I'm thinking about retiring this channel, Gematria Effect Sports, and starting a new channel. Eventually, they'll censor that channel and bury it to the bottom of the algorithm, but this channel is dead. I mean, this channel reaches almost no new people. The only comments that are allowed to process seeming to be from the trolls. I'm thinking about turning the comments off for the channel because, I mean, I log on this morning and there are 3 comments to a video that has over 8,000 views, and all but one of them is a troll post. It's just like, okay, Google, how many good posts did you delete? How many? I guarantee you also people posted, thanks, Zach, won a bundle. Google just got rid of all those comments. They're just all gone. All right, and also for the people who have wrenches in this channel, when mods are when people are spamming bullshit, will you guys block them? I mean, there's a fucking idiot just spamming the whole night and no one blocked him. I didn't notice because I wasn't looking at the chat, but I noticed this morning and I was like, why didn't a mod do something about that? Again, block the fucking trolls or I'll take all of your wrenches. So anyway. Remember, you guys, if you can't be in Oklahoma City on April 19th, you can still help out by, when we're live streaming, sharing the link to your live stream on your social media platform, posting it in other YouTube channels, just do a hashtag OKC April 19th. Because I'm going to be using that for all the live streaming content. Because then when you do the hyperlink, if people click on it, it'll take you to the list of videos. And the troll figured that out. The troll's doing that hyperlink OKC April 19th, but there's no way all of this stuff can be a coincidence. The Jawan Howard Chris Rock thing. Good job, Brother Berg. This is a screen capture from a Brother Berg post. One of the oldest Gematria students in the community. He grew up to be some kind of big hater of mine. I don't understand why. I probably invested at least 50 hours into direct teaching of this gentleman, only for him to become, just another hater. And it's just like, man, it's amazing how many people in this world you help out, and then they just turn on you.
You gonna cry now?
And then Brian, not only does he undermine the truth, he's practicing the art of censorship and speaking in code and speaking just the way Google wants us, making up our own words and phrases, because he's afraid to lose his t-shirt sales. Brian, Lil Lizzie over there who's dying from cancer supposedly in your family, I hate to say supposedly. I mean, it's sad if it's true. It's true of a lot of children, but just the kind of person you are, it's hard to know if it's really someone in your family that's dying for cancer who you're trying to raise $150,000 for, or if you're just trying to add on top of your t-shirt sales. But again, the reason children are going to continue to die from needless stuff is because people don't have the courage to speak up about what's wrong, and because they are afraid of being censored and outcast. And again, you're modeling all the wrong things over there, modeling ignorance and half-truths.
And this troll was so antsy for attention, he literally said, "Are you gonna give me a shout out?" And then he starts talking about sports. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna ban this loser, cause, bro, have you seen Richard? Have you seen the video they're trying to put out and try to have Zach get arrested? I don't think I'm gonna go to OKC because I have to pull out the you know what, the Pete Maravich. Yeah, sport. Do you see that faggot up? What's good, Shai Divine? Welcome. Yeah, this faggot was in the chat earlier talking about like my pick is gonna be wrong and using gematria. It's like, dude, you are too much of a faggot to even be allowed to use gematria. You're saying that that Zach is a fraud. Without a doubt. But you're using his knowledge and then you're trying to get him arrested. And then all he will mention is the money. He'll be like, well, the Patreon, look at how much Zach makes. It's like, bro, you're an agent.
Bullshit.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
That's all, folks.
Till next time, Truth Seeker.